Also the big question, are chemical weapons being used in the Russia-Ukraine war? Both countries are pointing fingers at each other. Ukraine and Russia each accusing the other of deploying chemical weapons on the battlefield. Both have demanded an international probe. So who really is telling the truth? It's hard to say, of course. But if these claims are true, the war has taken a far more dangerous turn than anyone anticipated, and these allegations are not new. Over the last 3 years of this war, both sides have repeatedly denied using chemical weapons, even as the accusations continue to rise. Let's just start off with Ukraine's latest claim as of now. On Tuesday, Ukraine formally asked the global chemical weapons watchdog in The Hague to investigate Russia's alleged use of banned toxic munitions against its forces. In fact, Kyiv submitted a request to the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, asking for an investigation to be established. And this comes after Dutch and German intelligence agencies last Friday said they had evidence of widespread use of illegal chemical weapons by Russia along the front lines. The OPCW has conducted similar probes in the past, like in 2018, when its team found that the Syrian government forces and ISIS had used banned chemical weapons in the Syrian civil war. Last May, the United States was also the first to accuse Russia of using a chemical compound more toxic than riot control agents, first used by Germany in World War I. But last year, the OPCW said initial accusations by both countries were insufficiently substantiated. And according to the Dutch military intelligence, at least 3 Ukrainian deaths have reportedly been tied to chemical weapons use, and more than 2,500 people have reported chemical weapons-related symptoms to the Ukrainian health authorities. What does Russia say? Russia also has approached the OPCW. Moscow has asked the watchdog to investigate its claim that Ukrainian troops are using toxic munitions. The Russian envoy said at an OPCW session at The Hague that Moscow continues to document, quote, not only instances of Ukrainian nationalists using toxic chemicals and military-grade poison agents, but also evidence of a widespread system for their mass production in Ukraine, quote unquote. In fact, Tarabrin said Russia has requested the OPCW to dispatch experts to verify its findings. Moscow claims Ukrainian forces have been dropping toxic substances from drones, and the Russian envoy rejected accusations from the European countries, calling it a campaign by, quote, the pro-war faction in the EU to falsify evidence. But what exactly are chemical weapons for those unversed, and what does the international law actually say about their use? To put it simply, chemical weapons are toxic chemicals used to injure or kill. They include choking agents like chlorine, blister agents like mustard gas, deadly nerve agents like sarin. And who is using chemical weapons, if anyone at all? The answer remains unclear, but if proven true, these claims could signal a terrifying escalation in this war, an escalation that would have devastating consequences far beyond the battlefield.